Parents, listen up. Time to have a nice little heart-to-heart here. From generation to generation, purity has been an integral part of South African families and continues to support parents along their parenting journey, myself definitely included. And joining us this morning to answer all of your burning questions regarding concerns when it comes to your little ones, we have specialist pediatrician and certified allergist, Dr. Tulja Trikamji, and pediatric dietitian in nutrition, Kath McGaw, two leading lights and the people that I've leaned on quite a lot over my own parenting journey. So great to have you guys here, but it's not about me today, it's about our viewers, and they've written in with some amazing questions. So hopefully between the two of you, we'll be able to give them a little bit of advice. So I'm going to jump right in with the first of our questions that came from Letty, and a big thank you to Letty. She is saying, what can I do to improve my 4-year-old granddaughter's appetite? She never seems to be hungry, and I'm worried she's not getting enough nutrients. I can echo that. I'm constantly worried. Yeah. Kath, what's a good way to get the food in the beddy?
So I think it's important to remember that that age group is super busy. Life is very exciting. They've got lots to learn. So you want stuff that's easy and quick. And that's where the Purity Junior range is really fantastic, because they really offer some great solutions for lunch boxes, quick meals like your milkshakes, for example, which are full of packed calcium and easy on the go to eat. Their smoothie sachets and pouches are fantastic. And everything that your 4-year-old puts in their mouth needs to be full and packed with good nutrition, but quick and easy to eat.
Yeah, I've got to say, the Purity noodles are a go-to for me. I know they don't pack the full nutritional punch, but it's a great way to get them to the dinner table at least. I love that.
Absolutely.
Tulja, this one's for you. And Barley's question came in. I have a suspicion that my child is allergic to certain ingredients in laundry detergents and some bath wash products. At what age am I able to take him for an allergy test, and what does that entail?
This is a huge source of anxiety for most mothers when it comes to the detergents, the laundry agents we use for our clothes, for the linen, even for what we wash our sofas and our upholstering at home with. In terms of the allergies to that, generally these allergies present earlier on in life. Okay. And in terms of the testing that we do, I always tell mums what happens is that babies go through what we call this atopic march. So usually food allergies present earlier on, and food allergies is the first thing that we would generally test. And this can be done from infancy. If you're considering a milk allergy, for example, an allergist can potentially do a skin test and then confirm whether or not your baby has a true food allergy and whether or not you're able to then introduce that food into the baby's diet. In terms of the chemicals and the environmental allergens, we tend to wait a bit longer because the immune systems are still kind of developing.
Give them a chance to catch up. Yeah.
Exactly. So the reaction sometimes can be heightened if we test them earlier on, or you might get a false positive. And with the allergy tests we have, like I mentioned, a skin test where we put a reagent from the allergen on the skin. We have a blood test we can do, which would quantify how severe an allergy is. And in terms of food allergy, we then have a food challenge, which is actually the best way to confirm whether or not someone has an allergy or not.
It can be quite comprehensive.
Many ways that allergies can be tested in children.
Well, speak to your pediatrician if you do have any worries there. Kath, this one's definitely for you. You've helped me in this space many times before, in the kitchen and out of it. Preschoolers eat with their eyes first. Yeah. What are some really delicious mealtime ideas that are guaranteed to get them tucking in?
Well, I think you mentioned one of them, the noodles.
Yeah.
And the wonderful thing with the junior range noodles from Purity is that they've got no MSG, no tartrazine. Yeah, they're just really clean and they're yummy. They're quick and easy to prepare. And I think that's also really important when you feed in that age group, because you know you don't want to spend hours in the kitchen and then they don't want to eat it. So these are pretty much guaranteed they'll love. And then on top of that, you can add their delicious sauces. And the Purity Junior range sauces are delicious, packed with some great range of different vegetables that they can include, either put over the noodles or next to them, and they top it off with a great milk. And there you've got a nutritious, good meal.
Beautifully messy. The problem is now, because I'm feeding my 1.5-year-old and my 4-year-old similar things. So if there's noodles on the table, the hand is in there and it gets very exciting. Tulja, going back to Mbali's question, should Parents use a specific laundry detergent when they know that their little ones are sensitive and have that sensitivity on their skin. And what's the best way to treat the most common skin conditions in that sense? How should we be keeping our little ones' skins moisturized, which I would assume is absolutely paramount?
Absolutely. I tell you what, Graham, in terms of whether or not a baby is sensitive, I've said this before, I think every baby's skin is sensitive. I think every mum should treat every baby's skin as sensitive. By its very nature, baby's skin is still developing. It's still kind of new to the environment, so it tends to be far more reactive to harsh chemicals that are in many of these detergents and many of the products that we use. So all babies to start with should not be exposed to anything harsh. Maintaining the skin barrier is extremely important because the barrier is what protects us. So in terms of the barrier, using a nice petroleum jelly, the Purity Petroleum Jelly has got a 24-hour moisture, it's got no colorants and it's got no fragrance in it. Many mums don't know, but you can actually go 24, 48 hours, or even longer sometimes without bathing your baby.
Because natural oils
100%. Each time you're putting soap on it, you're actually foaming up the skin, so you're removing that natural soapy, you're removing the oily barrier. So making sure that you've got a good barrier, a good moisturizer. The aqueous cream in the Purity range has got a 48-hour moisture, so you could comfortably go.
I bath my little one with aqueous cream. I use that as the soap, so to speak.
Absolutely, and it's free of any of the what we have multiple times referred to as the nasties. And the last thing is all the detergents. So all the laundry agents you use, babies, especially now in winter, are being exposed to far more blankets and pillows and receivers. We're covering them up a bit more. Our toddlers are playing on the carpets, which are being washed with detergents. We're throwing detergents to vacuum and clean them. So making sure that you're using products that are chlorine-free, colorant-free, have been dermatologically tested, which has been the process that the Purity range has gone through, is always very wise and recommended whether or not your baby has sensitive skin. Just do it.
Assume that your baba is going to be sensitive.
You're just helping your baby to have healthy skin and you helping to promote a healthy barrier, which would do wonders later on in life.
That's why you're a certified. I love it. Guys, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for all of the advice that you've given me through my journey. And the joy is then you get to enjoy these moments with your little one, get extra cuddles because they're so soft and squishy and beautiful. And of course, enjoy. There's nothing more fulfilling than watching your child actually enjoy and eat a meal that you've prepared at great pains. But I've got to say, Purity have made it really, really easy. And knowing what's gone into the back end of that, courtesy of our discussions, really does put my mind at ease. So thank you so much to both of you for joining us this morning. I think with one goal in mind, to help little ones to be the best that they absolutely can be, Purity promises to be there for you and your family every little step of the way.